And joining us now is Texas Democratic State Representative John Busey, who is in Illinois after leaving Texas along with more than 50 other lawmakers. I think you just heard what I'm sure you already know, which is a long litany of threats against you. Let me ask you about a couple of them first. Attorney General Paxton trying to get arrest warrants enforced where you are, also threatening to have your seats declared vacant, and then Senator John Cornyn saying the FBI is going to help track you down. What's your level of concern about all of that?
Look, we are determined to continue our fight to protect American democracy. We know that what they're doing is throwing a temper tantrum. They're scared. They know they're losing. And they know that our message is winning with the people of Texas and the people of America. So they're doing everything they can to throw out some bluster that has no impact or intimidation on us. We're seeing an FBI that is understaffed, that should be focused on dealing with pedophiles and not with American politicians that have disagreements with others.
But is it bluster? Are you confident of that? Do you, for example, have a plan if you and your colleagues do get arrested?
Look, if we're arrested and they have warrants, we will comply with the law and fight this out in the courts. Right now, though, that is not our priority or our focus. They don't have the authority to do this, in our opinion. We are doing our part to protect American democracy. Let's remind all the viewers what's at stake. Donald Trump, in collusion with Greg Abbott, are trying to steal 5 congressional seats. And if they are successful, then they will continue to cut health care for all Americans, continue to cut education funding for all American kids. This is a dire situation, and we must all do our part to fight back. And we can't spend time worrying about the little consequences that may come along the way.
But presumably, when you started this, the time you were talking about was the length of this special session. And now Governor Abbott says, forget it. I'll call special session after special session after special session, as long as it takes. Is there a sense, have you had conversations about how long you would be willing to sustain this walkout? I'm sure you're anxious to get back to not just your home and your families, but your jobs.
You know, I heard the intro where Governor Abbott sounded like he was giving us a temper tantrum about being mad about what we're doing. My thought is this: if Governor Abbott continues to ignore the people of Texas and the needs of Texas, he won't be governor much longer. So we'll see how long he has the power to call a special session.
You're sounding very confident. Is there anything in your conversations with the other Democrats who have left that even give you pause?
Look, for generations, we have all done our part to fight for the American dream, the American democracy that we all know and want, an America that works for all the people. This is our turn to do our fight, and we can't be deterred by little men like Greg Abbott and Ken Paxton.
Even the $500 a day, I'm sure there are people for whom that's a lot. I mean, and people should know, what is your monthly salary? I think it's $600 a month.
Yeah,
and
we make around $7,200 a year.
$7,200 a year, so $500 a day surpasses $7,500 very, very quickly. What about the financial strain?
I worry about if my constituents lose health care, what will be the financial strain on them and their families. I worry about if we cut public education funding, what will that mean for Texas families? So I'm not worried about a $500 a day fine that may come down the road. I am focused on protecting the people of Texas and the people of America from Donald Trump and Greg Abbott, who are trying to steal American democracy, break the rules, and make this an America that nobody recognizes anymore.
And because I haven't had a chance to talk to you since then, Wednesday, you were staying at that hotel in suburban Chicago that got evacuated because there was a bomb threat at the property. Does being put at risk like this make you view either this fight or the stakes any differently?
You know, I want to thank law enforcement who are doing everything they can to keep us safe. I am not deterred, and my colleagues are not deterred by threats of small people. We are focused on fighting for our constituents, and that's what we're doing here.
Texas State Representative John Busey, thank you so much. We do appreciate you taking the time.
Thank you for having me.